Hi, John. How you doing? This is Bree, obviously. It was great speaking with you earlier. As I said, I wanted to quickly go through your site and just go through some of our services and explain this a little bit more so that our next conversation is a little bit easier. I see here that you guys do concrete coatings. How awesome. That's actually becoming really popular. I've been seeing more and more of this. How cool. So anyway, I wanted to start by going through your website. I know obviously the website is not ideal. You're going to be separating the services and you actually don't like how it is now. But this is what I have to go off of. So I'm just going to go through it. So I wanted to start by saying some of these pictures are pretty nice. It's at least easy to see. Of course, it could be better, but it's better than what it could be. So we come down and the two sides of the website I see what you're talking about here. Your search for the best, okay, the brands you carry, and then that's the end of the website. So something important with websites that you want to do is you want to have your services listed. You want to have a little bit about the services, having customer testimonials, things like that are all really good things to have on the home page. For the store side of things, having some of the products and more about them and why you're a good dealer is awesome to have on there as well. And like I said, it's really important to have words, have content on your homepage. So one reason being is for Google. You really want to have like a minimum of 1,500 words on your homepage. And as I said, that's because Google has crawlers. They're reading the content. They're trying to figure out what areas you serve and what services you offer. The more content you have on here, the more you look like an expert. And it's also really important to be out what your competitors have. So if the competitors had 1,000 words, you're going to want to have 1,500 words and so on. And then obviously you want to have keywords within that content. So having things like, let's say, commercial landscape installation contractor or whatever it is that you're trying to rank for, having those keywords within the content is really important. So we can see that really all of that is lacking from this home page. I don't see any keywords. I barely see any content, and there's not a whole lot going on the home page. So let's take a look at, let's say, commercial landscape installation CT. I know there's obviously a lot of services you guys offer and maybe ones you prefer. I'm just going to use this as an example. This is a Google ad right here. Okay, we can see they're running an ad. And this is called the Map Pack. So the top 3 listed here are the ones that receive a lot of the work because they're super easy to find and they're listed right away. The websites listed below here, these are called the organics and the same things apply. You want to be on the front page and ideally within those top 3 positions so that people find you and they call you. Let's take a look at Birch Hill Landscape since they are first. This is actually a back page. This is their commercial landscape page, not their home page. But let's take a look at it. Not beautiful, but they've got some text, right? They've at least got some text here. They've got some testimonials, some pictures, right? So it's not beautiful, but it has the main things it needs. And it does have a decent amount of text. However, if you had 1,500 words, you'd definitely be beating them out content-wise. So let's talk about why they were ranking. This is a paid program I use to research websites called Ahrefs. I went ahead and put Birch Hill into here so we can see what you're up against. The second thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important to where you fall within the search results. A UR rating is essentially a trust rating, so how trustworthy is your website? And a DR rating is essentially a power rating, so how powerful is your website? And these are both based off of Google's beliefs, right? So how trustworthy are you to Google and how powerful are you to Google? These numbers are generally raised by backlinks. We can see they have about 439 backlinks, and really all these are just a shout out from another website. So let's say a blog website wrote an article about commercial landscaping companies, and they listed your website URL as a company they recommended. So they said, hey everyone, go head on over to www.dltcusa.com. They're the best landscaper ever. That's a backlink, okay? All it is a shout out to your website. and they've got about 440 of those. Lastly, I want to talk about organic keywords. This is the bread and butter to SEO, as you know, and I wanted to go over what keywords they are targeting. So for example, landscape design CT. There's approximately 100 people who Google this a month. I know this isn't specifically commercial, but I'm sure we can find commercial ones as well. We got landscape lighting in Hartford CT. There's 50 people that search for that. Avers CT, there's 100 people that search for that. They have commercial landscape construction, so that would be a good one. We got commercial landscape architects. I'm not sure if you do that part of it. We got sod, grading and sod installation. You'll see some of these words have the towns and state in them. Those are obviously better to start with because you'll know that people are local to you. These ones that don't have a location in is a little bit harder to rank for, but also great if there's not any location-based ones. So anyway, we can kind of see, and they've obviously got 6 pages of words, so we could go through and see what's useful, what are good keywords for you. Now, I wanted to talk about your website's ratings. We can see your UR rating isn't bad, but your DR rating is really low. We can see you have 193 backlinks. And because this is so low, I would be worried that some of these backlinks are maybe a little spammy. This number should be a little higher. If we look at your organic keywords, we can see that they're mainly around the products that you have on the site. So obviously your name, that's fine. IV Honda, like models, which some of these things have a lot of search volume, which is great, but you're not really in the top 3 here. I mean, this is all approximate, but like for this one, you're roughly the last on the 2nd page of Google. Not super exciting. Some of these are good, but you can see that it's obviously not focusing on keywords for your services. Or like Contractors in Bridgeport CT. Like, okay, that's not a bad one. There's roughly 30 people that Google that, but you're on the 2nd page for that. So it's definitely going to be awesome to spread out the 2 websites and have the store keywords for one URL and clean these up so we have these service keywords for this website. Anyway, I wanted to go over this quickly and just explain what we do here and make the next conversation a little bit easier. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And to recap, it's going to be content. We need about 1,500 words at least on that homepage with some keywords. Your UR and DR ratings, those numbers need to be raised. And then 3, we need to get you some more backlinks. I look forward to speaking with you. Have a great night.